I'm still stretched pretty thin, guys. I'm still stretched pretty thin, and one of the things. Oh hell, let's just talk about it now. One of the things that happens when you Frankenstein. Thank you for that 5 months, man. Welcome back. Thank you so much for that support. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you very much. One of the things that happens when you're spread thin, right? There's a lot of cons. One, the big one, you're overly stressed all the time because you want to accomplish something in a lot of different things. You want to accomplish a lot of different things. And you don't have the time commitment, the time resources to actually accomplish those things in all of the areas that you're in, right? Because you're stretched too thin. You have to be able to put the amount of resources required for success into that thing to have a chance at success, unless you are just incredibly lucky or, RNG leaves you alive with 1. In that case, good for you. I don't have that kind of luck in real life. I have had to work for pretty much everything I've had always. I have not been given anything. And I always look upon those who are given things and get really lucky as, it'll happen to me someday kind of attitude. But I never really changed my behavior in, I don't know, maybe doing things that make it more likely for that luck to happen to me. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to do it. Maybe there's not. Things like the lottery, there's not. But things like, maybe landing a different job opportunity or, maybe getting on the set of a bigger project, those types of things, there are steps you can do to better your odds at luck, right? There are things you can do. I'm a big believer in the concept of being able to make your own luck, if you will, to an extent and very situationally. And one of the things that I've lacked a lot in the last 2 years, especially, pretty much ever since making Partner, one of the things I've lacked a lot of is the time and not the effort. That's definitely not in short supply. But the attention, the proper resource allocation of my time, right? I've lacked that to succeed in basically everything that I've been doing. And what happens is when you go too thin on everything, you begin to fail at everything. Slowly, usually, because you are making some progress, you're just not keeping up with the pack, right? So you end up slowly, and then that builds up and it snowballs, and eventually you get to the point where you realize what's happening, and it might be too late. With regards to Twitch and YouTube, I don't think I'm at the too late part yet. I don't think I am. And it's a little hard to admit, but I think professionally, not related to filmmaking specifically, but the other stuff that I do for a living, I think it might be. I think it might be too late on those. There's a lot of things that I wish I could do differently professionally. And because of trying to split my time and do more streams and really push this and do YouTube and really push YouTube and because of trying to make it all work together, full-time hours on both. I end up giving an effort that is full-time hours on both, but a result that's very part-time on both. And I can't do that anymore. I cannot do that anymore. It's not sustainable. My mental health will not take it. And if next year is anything like I anticipate, my mental health is going to need some help. So I have to give myself a bit of an ultimatum, I've been thinking about this for a long time. It's been on my mind for months right now. Obviously, the end goal in the future, the end goal is this, but getting serious about it and actually doing it is it's a whole new game and it's a whole new level of seriousness. So real talk with you guys real quick. And I'll go with this. I'll go through this as a video maybe later too, just so people who aren't, here at the beginning of a Chrono Trigger stream can see it. Or people who watch the VOD and Pink Floyd has it muted right now. We'll see. But 2020, guys. 2020 is going to be my ultimatum year. I haven't told my wife this yet, so I'm hoping she takes it okay. And maybe she doesn't have to know. Maybe she doesn't have to know. This could be our little secret. We'll see. But got to give myself an ultimatum for 2020. And here it is. I'm not working anymore in 2020. January 1st all the way to December 31st. I'm going to do something. I don't think I can forgive myself if I don't at least try it. If I don't do it, I don't think I'll look back and go, why didn't I try it? Right? So I'm not working anymore. January 1st to December 31st, that year, 2020. We're full-time content creators. I'm not going to do websites. I won't do any client-based videos. Not going to be remote editing. I'll still do some voice work because that's pretty quick and I love it too much. So I'll still do some voice stuff if like a game or whatever wants me to do voice for them. I'm not going to do anything that I do for money outside of content creation, YouTube and Twitch. That's going to be exclusive what I do for a year. And that's tough. That's like one of those things that everyone goes, and some of you might be doing this now, like, you know, and it's really as inside my head too. But if I don't give it a try, if I don't try it, if I don't see what it can do, then I know I'm going to look back years from now and go, why didn't I try this earlier? If it works out, I'll be like, why didn't I try this earlier? Right? If it doesn't work out, it's a year of my life. It's a year, whatever. But here's the catch on the ultimatum. When I started this, making videos and streaming, it was a 5-year plan. I always start new things, new ventures in my life, new projects, new jobs, whatever the case may be. I give it 5 years. I think 5 years is an appropriate amount of time to build up, perfectly understand what it is that I'm getting into, and perfectly find out whether I can learn, adapt, and execute a plan properly. 5 years has been something that I think is a good amount of time. This has been a 5-year plan. Guess what year 2020 is? 5 years. So, for the sake of my family and, you know, the betterment of my financial future as well as my kid/kids, maybe. I don't know. My wife has plans, and I guess I do too. Because who's going to tell her no? Not me. Not this guy. Anyway, so, yeah, I need to either do it good, do it full out, or don't do it at all. So 2020 is my ultimatum. You guys can help. You guys can help. You can help by coming. You can help by watching. And things like Zero, where you support me, man. I like Frankenstein, Clint. You guys are just everyone with a hat next to your name, and everyone without a hat next to their name too. Like, you guys can help. You guys are helping. And at the end of 2020, if it looks like it's viable, at the end of 2020, and it looks like you can do this full time now. You can do this. It will work. And I can do it with a good degree of certainty. Then I continue it. Then I keep it. Then I go. And I keep going full blast. If it doesn't look like it will work, if there's no growth, if the growth is really slow and it doesn't look like I can get there without working, because I'm taking a huge income hit. Huge. Huge is... I'm cutting my income in half, right? I'm kind of at a 50-50 point with this stuff right now. Cutting my own income in half to try this. And if it doesn't look like I can get back to where I am today without my normal work, then I'm going to look for other employment. I'm going to look for another job, and this effort becomes incredibly part-time. Maybe we stream twice a week. Maybe we have like 1 or 2 videos a week. This goes dumbed way down. And I'll have to apologize to a lot of people who've supported me over the years when I do that. Maybe that sticks, and maybe we can still do part-time. But at the end of 2020, if it doesn't look like I can fully commit to this, I need to do something different because my family needs it. So that's gonna be what happens. So 2020, that's our vision. We got to see the vision of the future. That's what we're gonna do. I haven't told my wife yet. I probably won't tell her at all. I am horrible at keeping secrets from her. She will tell you if she was here that I am incapable of not telling her things. I'm incapable of, like, if something happens to me in my life, I just like, guess what? You know? Or even worse, I do with her what I do with you guys all the time. I tell her I'm going to do something, and then the world punches me in the face and says, wait a minute, you can't do that. You got this to do. Oh, well, I meant to do that, but I'll do it later. Which is what happened to Surviving the Aftermath. I said on YouTube, we'll have 2 videos on Monday, and then hopefully 1 video a day after that. And I was super hopeful until about 3 hours after I posted that, when my wife told me, oh, by the way, I'm working on the west side of the state for the next 4 days. So you're going to be alone with Aiden for the start of the week. Yeah, it's just you and him until Wednesday night. And I went, oh, yeah, by the way, and he has this and this and this and this and this. These are the things that are scheduled for him. So you'll need to pick him up early on each of these days and do these things with him. Oh, okay. And so I kind of went, well, that shoots my recording every day plans to shit. So I'm not going to remove the post and be like, I never said that. I'm just not going to deliver on my promises, because that's my life. Just making lots of promises and not being able to deliver because of my part-time self, because of my split attention span.